Hey, yo! Hey, man, it's yours truly. We back at it again. I am Ezra the Jeweler, and you tuned in to another episode of Dropping Gems, the podcast. Appreciate you for coming back. If you're new, go grab your shots now. You see what's going on. Yes, we take shots here on this podcast, so let's get into it, man. Before we even get started, to a good pod, you dig? Hey, yo, let's do it. To a healthy and good pod, baby. Let's get it. A lot of gems. Ooh, we. Nah, let's get into it, man. So today we're gonna break down the process, man. Like when you think about diamonds, you're thinking about one of the most precious gems, one of the most sought out gems, one of the most rarest gems as well, and most beautiful. But that's the end result. You know what I'm saying? The reason I love working in the diamond industry, the jewelry industry, is because the process of making jewelry is so excruciating. It's so ugly. It's really not what you see on the end result. But in order to get to the end result of the beautiful diamond that you see, it has to go through that excruciating process as far as the diamond growing in the earth over thousands of years. Once that diamond is actually found, now that diamond has to be cut, it has to be polished, it has to go through some things to actually become the beautiful gem that we love and adore today. And that's just like life, bro. Like the process of life is grimy. It could be to the point where you down bad one day, 1 month, 1 year, but as long as you keep going, like you know God's not finished with you yet. Sheesh, we ain't even 10 minutes in, we got a gym. The process is excruciating. It's tough, but all you got to do is keep going because you're going to become that diamond, bro. Your day is going to come where you're going to shine bright, but you have to be willing to go through that process to get to where you're trying to go. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it now, man. Embracing the process, trusting the process, you know what I'm saying? And understanding that God got a plan for you. All you got to do is stay down, trust the plan, and be willing to go through the process, man. So to the process. And I know that it could be really tough, like really trusting the process, bro, because you don't know the end results. All you know is your now, your situation at hand. And that's for you, that's all you need to know to even feel like, bro, this is too much. It's too hot out here. The pressure is too built up. I can't handle it no more, God. Like, help me out. And that's when you know that although that it seems unbearable. It seems like it's impossible. Bro, God right there. You just gotta keep going, bro. The process will show you that, like take diamonds for instance. They don't start out as shiny and brilliant as they are. Like they start off as like a rock. It comes out as a rock. When a diamond is found, it's like a rock. It's a crystal. You can see it in the ground. Like that rock has to be cut to the perfect form so that it can actually perform as far as the brilliance that you see, as far as the sparkle. That's why the cut of the diamond is one of the most important C's. Jim from episode 2. Tap in if you haven't. But you know what I'm saying? That's one of the main reasons that the cut is the most important C because that tells you how well the diamond is gonna sparkle. Because if the diamond is cut poorly, throughout its process, now I'm not going to get the same sparkle and brilliance that I would have got out of it if it was cut excellent. You see what I'm saying? So if that diamond take shortcuts, or if that cutter takes shortcuts while cutting that diamond, it's not going to get the same rarity or brilliance that an excellent cut diamond was. You know what I'm saying? So even with gems, they have to go through a process as well. That's what determines how rare that diamond actually is the processes went through. Because the way that it's cut, polished, and the symmetry of that stone determines how well light passes through it. That's deep, honestly. Because as a human, how cutthroat you are, how much you've been through, and how much you've overcome determines how well your light gonna shine because you done been through some things. You understand that okay, this person might not be exactly where I'm at, but I remember when I was once there. I don't have to be an asshole to this person. I don't have to put my nose up to and look down on them because I've been there. Like, I understand they are trying. They are going through a process. Although I might be ahead of them right now in my process, it was a point of time in my journey that I was there. I was in the cutting stage. And then I elevated because why? I stayed true to the process. So I don't have to look down upon someone because they're at a certain spot in their process. All I have to do is be the light God called me to be. I can shine brighter now due to the fact God cut and polished me very well in my process. In my time of going through that situation now, I can actually mold them and help them out, lend a helping hand and be the light God called me to be. So throughout your process, remember, you will always once were the person that was going through the process. Although your process has changed, you have elevated in your journey. You was once there. So don't forget where you come from. Be a lending hand so that person don't have to go through the same troubles and struggles that you went through because you can kind of give them some guidance. So this is for a shot for those that, hey, you done made it out of a certain point in the process, the beginning stage, and have elevated. Oh, go be the light to somebody else, man. God calls us out here to be light. He calls us to actually pour light back into the world. Be a helping hand. So go be that. Don't hold what you got just for yourself. It ain't just for you. It's to build forever generations of success. Because why would you want somebody to go through the exact same excruciating pain and process when you got a cheat code? Yeah, the game is sold, not told. But at the end of the day, bro, it's something you could do and give back to somebody because look at your process. Somebody lent a helping hand. It wasn't just God there. God sent some angels to help. You know what I'm saying? So be an angel. Don't forget where you come from. Hey man, to being a lending hand, you know what I'm saying, throughout the process. I ain't gonna cheat y'all. Yeah, so yeah, with the diamonds, you gotta go through that process of being cut and polished to be the light God called you to be. As you step on down through your journey and understanding, like, okay, I've elevated. Looking back, giving that lending hand, that's a part of your process as well. Because the way God works, man, he'll test us. He'll be like, all right, bro, I got you through this. I taught you lessons. There's gonna be someone that comes along your journey, cross your path, and probably going through something similar. Maybe going through something worse. How are you gonna be willing to be a good Samaritan and actually lend a helping hand? Trust. I'm trusting you through your process to be a light in somebody else's because now I'm trying to see, did you learn anything from the down stage in your process? Did you kind of get some knowledge, some wisdom, some gems to kind of like, oh, God sent this guy to help me out, or God sent this woman to help me out. He put this teacher in my life. He put this mentor in my life. He put this friend in my life. So while I was going through that, they was there helping me out, not knowing that I even needed help, not even asking questions. They was just there being a helping hand, being a light in my life. All right, let me use that same motivation that I got from them. Now that I done got out of that stage of the process and able to help someone else, let me go be a lending and helping hand to them. You know what I'm saying? Because God gives us these tools, He gives us these gems in life, this wisdom, not to keep for ourselves. He honestly gives it for us to give back to the generations to come because that's the only way we're going to excel. That's the only way we're going to elevate to get to be the people God called us to be. So you got to remember throughout your process, just because it might be a time where you might be feeling down, you might be going through some things, going through another cutting phase of your process, there is still light to be shed on somebody else's. That could honestly be your breaking point in your process that you're currently in. You got to be willing to give back to those who need it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you ain't get here alone, but you ain't, regardless of how much we want to say, oh, I'm self-made, man, I did all this on my own, I ain't have no help, but that's a lie. I don't care who you are, where you come from, your background and your story. There was someone God sent to actually help you elevate, to actually help you get to that next stage in your life, get to that next stage in your process, get to that next level in your job. Like, oh, God sent somebody. He always does. There's an angel always watching over us all. So we not doing it by ourselves. So don't get to that point where you feel like you too big time. You did it the hard way. They gotta suffer just like me, bro. Don't be that person, bro. Why? Why you blessing somebody else is not gonna take away from your blessing that God got for you. Cause whatever God got for you, man, come on, man. Come on, man. God's the greatest. Whatever God got for you, can't no man or woman take away. Like it's His plan. He's wrote. It's written. It's written, bro. It's already written. You don't have to worry about trying to pour into somebody thinking, oh, they gonna try to backstab me. They gonna try to take my sauce. But they can do all that. They can do whatever they want with the blessings and gems you give them. It doesn't matter. God has a plan that is strictly for you. He didn't make no person on this earth is the exact same. I don't care if they identical twins. Nobody is the exact same. God has a purpose and plan for each and every one of us. So you being a light in somebody else's life, that's not gonna dim yours. You can still be the light, regardless of what they got going, regardless of their intentions. You being the light, it's not gonna dim yours. I promise you. They could literally take your entire demeanor, your entire aura of what you got going, take the entire blueprint that you gave them and go do it. But they are not you. This shit gotta be in you. It cannot be on you, bro. That's life. That's the gem. That's the gem of the week. No rap. This gotta be in you. It's not on you, bro. It don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how many fast cars you got, how much jewelry you got. Man, your house, that none of that matters, bro. If you was a lame before, you're gonna be a lame when you get that, bro. Just a lame with money. This is in you, bro. It gotta be in you. It's not on you. God put a sole purpose in everybody on this planet. Be you. Because at the end of the day, bro, regardless of the gems you give them, they can take the entire recipe, bro. The sauce not gonna never taste like yours because you are you. They are them. Nah, for real. Like, so don't be afraid to lend a helping hand, be a light throughout, because it's really a stepping stone in your process, bro. Because you got to understand, we're not here to be the workers. We're here to elevate. We're here to be the boss. We're here to help people get to where they're trying to go in life too. Like that's life, bro. Like helping other people become successful. You should never feel bad about that throughout your process, even though you might not be exactly where you want to be. You might not be the person you want to be yet, but you have tools, you have wisdom, you have gems to give to someone else to help them get to where they're trying to go. Oh, well, throw them gems out there, man. Let them succeed, because you never know who you helping. You never know who you helping get to where they trying to go. Because guess what? Now, a good-hearted person that God sent your way to help, they get somewhere. They get to a level that has excelled, has elevated them in life, and they remember, oh, bro, Azariah helped me, you know what I'm saying, do this. Azariah helped me do, hey, I got this gig for you. Can you come do this? Can you come do this gym for me? Can you come do this? Bro, you never know who you helping. Always remember that. That's the way God works. Like, you could be helping the person that's gonna actually help you elevate in the future on the next episode of your process. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to lend that helping hand. Don't be afraid to be a light throughout your process. Because at the end of the day, we all trying to get to where we trying to go. And the way God work is He's sending certain people in your life to help you get there. And sometimes He's sending certain people in your life for you to help them get somewhere so He can go ahead and pull you up in the future. So don't be afraid to be a light, man. Your process is your process. That's the way God works. The process, it gets dirty, it gets ugly, it gets lonely. Like it's lonely, bro. Like it gets to the point where you start questioning God, like, oh God, I didn't ask for this at all. I didn't ask to be who you calling me to be. You wrote this story. But I'm still trusting you. But I'm letting you know, like it hurts. It hurts to trust you right now. Because my bank account don't match up with your plans. My happiness is not matching up with your plans. My job is not matching up with your plans. My relationship not matching up with your plans. But I'm still riding through this process and I'm just going through it. And it seems like a repeated cycle of life just lifing throughout the process. It just keep going. Because like Young Thug, free Thugger, man. Like you say, bro, hustlers don't stop. They keep going. Why not risk life when you know it's gonna keep going, bro? You gotta understand that no matter what your process may be, whether it's your career, your relationship, life is gonna keep going. Life gonna keep life. All God asks us to do is trust and walk with Him. If you trusting and walking with Him, I promise you, the way life is lifing, yeah, it's the test. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of the process. It has to be. I have to throw some trials and tribulations at you to make sure this is what you really want. That you ready for what I really have in store for you. Because the dream that we have, the goals and aspirations that we're like trying to get to, oh, it come with way more than what this regular life has for us that we going through on a day-to-day basis. So God gotta send the trials and tribulations early. He gotta make sure, hey, look, I need you to prepare. I need my soldiers to be prepared to walk with me when I really have y'all on this journey, because the journey ain't always gonna be sweet. The journey ain't always, hey, it ain't always diamonds. It ain't always shining. Sometimes it's rough, it's dark, it's lonely, it's hot, it's a lot of pressure. What are you gonna do? Pressure do two things. It bursts pipes or makes a diamond. Which one are you gonna be? Are you gonna allow the pressure to actually get to you to the point where you give up on the dreams, you give up on the goals that you know, like, hey man, if I really just lock in, God got something for me. Like, if I really like, regardless of what's going on, regardless of what my bank account look like, regardless of what my friends saying, regardless of what my family saying, if I really lock in and stay in tune with what God has for me, I'm gonna get to where I'm trying to go. The pressure gonna make a diamond flawless. But if it get to the point where I'm like, man, it's too much. I don't want to keep going. I'm satisfied where I'm at, bro. Like, I ain't trying to get to my next destination. I don't want it. You can give up. But always remember, that's your choice. Goes back to our last episode, betting on yourself. We get a choice and a chance. The choices we make determines the chance we get. Jim, hey, we gonna run it back, Jim, last week. Come on, man. The choices we make determine the chances we get. So if you gonna choose to quit when the pressure, when it get hot, you gonna choose to quit when that pressure start to build up. You have to accept the choices, the chances that you got. You gotta accept those because you made the choice. You gotta accept every chance that you get with the choices you made. Now, if you're willing to stay down, you're willing to trust God throughout the journey, understanding, all right, this is a process. This is something that I want. I'm going to get it. Nobody is going to take this away from me. I'm going to stay down and go through this process regardless. I might become the person I want to become tomorrow. It might be 10 years. It might be 5 years. It might be 1 year. Shit, it might be a week. But I'm willing to thug it out to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really here to get rich or die trying. I'm gonna do one of them. You know what I'm saying? So, to the choices we make for the chances that we receive, it's really simple, bro. Like, life is the process of life is so simple. Just because we make it hard because we wanna be the author. We wanna know what the finish line look like. That's how we make it so hard, because we want to have control over things we have no control over. That's a gem. I do got to take a shot for that. That's the one. We want to control the outcomes that we have no control over, bro. We have no control over the way life is gonna life. That's just plain and simple. The only thing that we can control is the effort that we put in, the way we show up to work, the way we show up in a relationship, the way we show up in a friendship. We show up, we give our all, we give our effort throughout the process, throughout our journey. We're giving our all. We're doing the best that we can do. And we know that. We can't control what another person feels. We can't control what the job mate thinks. We can't control what the client may think. We can't control none of that, but we can't control what the company is thinking about layoffs. We don't control none of that. That's all in God's hands. And we get so caught up in trying to be God, bro. Like that's really that's our problem. We want to control everything. We want to be like, all right, look, I'm doing this in 5 years. In 10 years, I'm doing this. Yes, it's cool to have a plan, bro, but just know you just wrote that out to have like dreams and aspirations. God could be like, what your 5 year plan is my 10 year plan for you. You see what I'm saying? What your 10 year plan, that's my 20 year plan for you. Are you willing to stay down and keep going? Oh God, this didn't happen. I ain't getting married by 25. I'm gonna be single forever. Bro, shut up. What are you talking about? You don't know who God got for you. If you would have got married at 25, you would have been divorced by 26. I work in the bridal industry. Trust me. I know. No rap. Like I see clients come in daily, like, oh yeah, I had my wedding planned out since I was 13. They only been knowing each other for 6 months. You already in here shopping for a ring. Now don't get me wrong. Sometimes if you know, that's cool. But majority of the time, it take time to get to that. It's a process even getting in that store, man. You shouldn't be in that store until y'all actually know this is the one I love. This is who I want to be with for the rest of my life. This is a commitment. Cause that's a whole nother journey with a whole nother person. That's the thing about the process. God preparing you for something totally different. He preparing you to be a husband. He preparing you to be a wife. He preparing you to be a mother or father. But it's things in your life throughout your journey, throughout your process, you gotta go through to get there. You see what I'm saying? So control what we can control, man. Focus on that. Don't try to be God. It's only one. He's the one and only true God, man. Control what you can control and focus on what you can control, bro. Because the moment you start worrying about things you can't control, the moment your worries start to pick up, your anxiety start to pick up, and then it's like, all right, now you questioning God even more. And all He asks you to do, hey, bro, just trust me. I literally wrote the book. I created this world. I know what I'm doing. Relax. Sit back, chill, relax. Let me be God. Let me do my thing. You feel me? Shout out to God being the greatest. Nah, for real. But yeah, man, the process is going to be a process. It's not going to be easy. If it was easy, trust me, everybody could do it. Everybody be able to walk in your shoes if your life was easy. And there's somebody that will never want to put those shoes on. And there's somebody that you would never want to put their shoes on because we all have our stories. We all have our different lives, our different processes that we got to go through because we're all different diamonds. That's the beautiful thing about natural diamonds. When it comes to a natural diamond growing in the earth over so many years and under so much heat and pressure, their process is very excruciating. Like it's an excruciating, brutal process for a diamond to be created naturally in the earth. Once it's found and mined, now I have to cut this diamond to that right carat size, and then I can have to polish this diamond. I have to make sure it's like geometrical. I have to make sure it's symmetry. I have to make sure this is perfect. But I can do that with two diamonds. They can have the exact same qualities, they can have the exact same characteristics, they can be the exact same size. But when I put those two diamonds right next to each other, just because they both were grown in the earth over so many years, they are two different diamonds, regardless of their size being the same, their clarities being the same, their coloration being the same, their cuts being the same. They can have the exact same four C's, but those diamonds are totally different because each of those diamonds have different imperfections inside of them. To where this diamond might have less air bubbles inside of it, but it has more black carbon marks inside of it. Where this one has less black carbon marks inside of it and more air bubbles imperfections inside of it. So one is rare than the other one. The one with the least black carbon marks, those are something that's rarer than the one with the more black carbon marks, due to the fact I can actually see those imperfections inside the one that has the black carbon marks, where the air bubbles, those are clear imperfections that I can't truly see with the naked eye, and they can be hidden by the facets inside of the diamond, the way the diamond is cut, because they're both cut excellently. I have some of these air bubbles that are hiding behind some of the facets, just like with humans. Bro, we could be from the same city, have the same birthday, you know what I'm saying? Grew up the exact same parents in the household, both two-parent households. Went to the same high school, same background, same nationality. But we two different people. It's two different processes. So you have to understand that. Enjoy your process, embrace your process, and enjoy your journey. Because we only get one of these things called life. And you can do it trying to please everybody, trying to be a people pleaser and making sure that everybody happy that you around, and you making sure that you doing stuff for other people, but you're not living out your purpose. That ain't what God called you. You're here to please God. At the end of the day, we ain't here to please nobody else. You're here to please God and live out His purpose that He called on your life. So why would I waste my time knowing that I'm not like none of y'all? I'm not like nobody. So when I say I'm him, not them, I mean that. So I know who Azariah is. I know him personally. Every morning I look in the mirror, I know Azariah, he's him. For real. And I know that God has a plan for me. So I can't be worried about what the next man doing, the next Jewel on this side of town doing. I don't care. Bro, do your thing. I spread my light when I can. Like, if God's calling me to spread, like, bro, come on. Like, it's not a problem for me, because I know the plans God have for me are for me. And can't nobody stop it. It don't matter who you are, where you from, your rank in this industry, your rank in life. It don't matter, bro. You can't stop God's plan. That's facts. That's the gem. This is Dropping Gems, the podcast. I am Azariah, the jeweler. Him, not them. Nah. For real. Let's take a shot, man. We out, bro. Like, it's just facts. God's plan is greater than man's. And God's the greatest. And Azariah the jeweler is him. Nah, for real. Let's get out of here.